Hello once again, everybody. This is Rich, High Percent Trading and the Grail Trading System. This instructional video is going to show how to use the Grail Mini Trader to actually execute and manage trades. But before we do this, we're over here on the website. This is the main website, highpercenttrading.com. I want to go ahead and put up the disclaimer. The disclaimer is something that we put up on every video. Please take a moment to read it and familiarize yourself with it. If you're not familiar with it, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. You can always pause the page, scroll down to get the balance of it, pause the page and read it if you don't understand it. So back to our charts, the first thing that you want to find in your indicators is going to be the Grail Mini Trader. That's this right here. Go ahead and click on it. Click on New, and then I just go straight to OK. All right, so this is what the Mini Trader looks like when it comes up. You can see it's a little more detailed than just the Grail Trader by itself. Now, one important function I want to point out. If I go over here to my my Grail, whether it's the Grail or the Grail Big Band Trader or the Grail Gray Trader, you have to notice that under Common Settings, my Use Grail Trader Reload is off, okay? If you have this checked on and you apply it, you're going to get a big hodgepodge down here because you're going to get one trying to superimpose the other. So if you do that and you find that things are not clear down here, you need to go back in and uncheck your Grail Trader Reload, okay? So with that out of the way, we have the Grail Trader, we have the Mini Trader up here, and I'm going to explain what it does. Just like the Grail Trader, you have to have a valid ATM strategy up here. If I were to have no ATM strategy up here, it's not going to allow you to try to place a trade, okay? You're going to get a message that it just won't do it, okay? I'm not connected on a live feed right now. Well, at least I am, but nothing's moving, so it's not going to show. So I'm going to go back to what I had before, and that is I've got the this Grail Big ATM, okay? And I'm going to go through what these things mean. Now, first of all, you have the ability to trade with the Grail arrows only, and that's how you activate that. Or if you deactivate it, it will trade on any other single arrow if you elect to do that. Okay, now some of you may be saying, well, what's the difference? Some of our indicators, as I've shown in the past, actually have a single arrow, and the outer limits is one of them, that you can actually trade this system with. Okay, I'm not going to go into depth on that, but by having this box open, it will trade a single arrow as well. All right, it's not going to take any trade unless you activate it, so don't worry about that. But it's always a good idea at the beginning when you first put this on, cycle through it. In other words, click on the Grail arrows only, click it off again, click it on again, click it off again. That'll help refresh it on your charts. Sometimes when you first put it on, depending on what Ninja version you're running or what Windows version you're running, it needs to kind of be refreshed, okay? These boxes basically tell you that the maximum positions you can have at any one point would be 4. You can always change that up or down. The maximum number of trades right now that it will take before it stops trading again is 10. You can change that up or down. And of course, you can reset this again on the fly anytime that you want. All right. In order to activate a trade, let's say that you want to trade the octopus. I'm sorry, the octopus was a former indicator. You want to trade the Grail. Okay. So click on Grail arrows only. You don't have to have that on, but it's a good habit to get it on. If you had it like this, it would still trade it. Okay. And then let's say that you want to trade on the long side. So it's going to be Grail arrow up, market, I. I means initiate a new trade. Okay, so again, the procedure is if you want to trade it, arrow up, market, I for initiate, click on active. Okay, now you're all set to go. It'll trade the next up arrow if you're flat. If you're trading both sides and you don't know whether you're going to get an up arrow or a down arrow, for example, if you're trading like the OP or if you're trading the profit, okay, you can click both. So it'll take the first trade, whether there's an arrow up or an arrow down, but it's initiate. So again, the procedure is click on what you want, click on I for initiate, make sure market's in here, and click on active. It's a 4-step process. Okay, and now you're good to go. Once you're in a trade, let's say you're long, if you want to add to that position on the next up arrow, you can click the plus sign on, click active. Okay. If you want to exit, let's say you're long and you want to exit on the next arrow down, then click on the O, that means exit, arrow down, market and active, and it will exit the trade on the next arrow down. Okay. Let's say that you're long and you want to reverse your trade on the next arrow down. So arrow down, R for reverse, active, and market. Okay, those are the 4 selections to work with in here. You've got basically 4 to work with, all right, when it comes to arrows. So when it comes to arrows, we're working on market orders, right? And again, the procedure is, if you want to go long, arrow up, I for initiate, active, and market. Okay. If you're not sure which one, you can have both on, I for initiate, active. Okay. If I were to hit reset, it kind of clears everything again. Reset just clears them off. Now, I won't cover the next 2 down here, triangle up, triangle down. This was originally designed for some of the indicators that had triangles. We're not using those, so we're not using this function at all. But some of you are going to like and use the reversal bar up and reversal bar down. Okay, so it will basically trade. Let's say we're looking to go long. Has nothing to do with arrows now. Okay, say we're looking to go long, the market's pulling back. We want to go long on the next reversal bar up, so we click on reversal bar up. We click on I for initiate. We're going to click on the type of entry we want. I'm going to show market first of all, and then active. Okay, so when we get a reversal bar up, it'll go ahead and enter the trade. The key on this is, in order to do reversal bar up, you have to be heading down. Okay, it's not going to do anything if we're moving up until we start moving down again. It won't start looking for the trade. Okay. Now it has another function though, and you can enter on example a stop. All right. So you could use reversal bar up, I active, initiating a stop, and you'll see, and I'll demonstrate this in real time when we get into the rooms again. But it'll actually place a stop, and as we keep dropping, that stop will get lowered and lowered and lowered until it executes. Okay. You can also enter on a stop limit. All right, enter on a stop limit. It's the same thing, but it's going to be a stop limit, and it means it's going to have to hold to your price. I don't usually recommend that because a lot of times you may not get filled if the market blows through it, and then it never looks back. But again, that's the way that you do the reversal bar. Okay, pick a selection, market, stop, or stop limit. I for initiate. Remember, I always initiates a trade if you're flat, active, and it'll take the trade. Likewise, if you're looking to do a short, let's say that we're moving up, you want to do a short trade on a reversal bar down, so it's reversal bar down. I initiate, select market, stop or stop limit, and active, okay? And it will go ahead and take that trade, okay? Once you're in a trade, let's say that you're short and you want to exit, you've got a good profit, you want to exit on a reversal bar up, so just like we did before, we'll do reversal bar up, O for exit, active, market, okay? You don't want to exit on stop reversal bars, you don't want to exit for the most part on stop limits, okay? Likewise, the same would be true the other way. If you wanted to exit on a reversal bar down, you can do the same thing. Okay? If you're in a trade, if you're in a position and you want to enter on a reversal bar up, to add to it, you just do reversal bar up plus activate. Okay? Or if you're in a short position, for example, and you want to reverse your trade on a reversal bar up, you click reversal bar up, R for reverse, and activate. Okay, and of course the same thing works on the short side. On the short side, you can initiate the trade, you can add to a trade, you can exit a long trade, or you can reverse a long trade to a short trade on a reversal bar down. That's how you use the reversal bar function. Now, one setting that you have, if I go click on the Grail Mini Trader, you'll notice reversal confirmation bars. I have this set to 1, all right, which basically means that once it reverses, it's a sensitivity factor. It'll go ahead and take the trade. If you want to wait for a close and another close, then set it to 2, but the setting is 1. If you set it to 0, pretty much as soon as you got a reversal, doesn't even have to be a confirmed reversal, it's going to execute. So it is defaulted and set to 1. That's the one aspect for sensitivity on the reversal bars, but again, the default is 1, and that's what is really recommended to stay with. Now, another really nice feature of the Mini Trader is you have the ability to trade a band. If you notice, you're going to see a band here. Some of you may know what this is. This actually is the Grail DT. Okay, if I were to put the Grail DT on here, you would see this is where it's at here, because it's green. It's in an uptrend. All right, and those are your levels: band 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the mid band, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say that you wanted to be a buyer on the mid band when it came below. Let's see if I can show an example of this. You're not going to cooperate, are you? There we go. Let's say that you wanted to be a buyer as we came down to the mid band, okay? But you don't want to be a buyer until we come down to the mid band and then we close back above it, okay? So basically, you're going to go band long if you cross above the mid band. So in other words, we came down, and eventually if we crossed above the mid band, I don't know if we did that, let's see. Not really. So it's not the best example, but as we came down, if we crossed above the mid band, it would execute a trade. Okay? The other selection, and of course you have to make it active. Okay? You got to go active. Okay. The other selection would be, once we came down to the mid band, and we reversed up. So in other words, we came down at least to the mid band. We kept coming down, coming down, coming down. We reverse up. It's similar to the reversal bar up. It would go ahead and take the trade down here. Okay, but again, you have to activate it. Now, this is just trading the band. If you notice over here, it's got what we call the fudge. So let's say you didn't want this band, but you wanted band 3. That's 6 ticks. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the fly, you'd see a square come down here and be here. If you wanted to wait for it to come down to this band, which was band 2, and again, you can work with this in sim in real time. If you went down to 12, you'd notice that we would be down here. Okay, and the same thing would apply as well. I'm going to go ahead and reset this. Now the reset I don't think works for the fudge, so you need to do that yourself. Okay, works the same way for a short. If we were in a short condition, I need to get further out here, I think, which I don't think I'm going to show. Because this prints out forward, I'm not going to be able to show it, but the same thing for the band long would also be applicable for the band short. So again, you've got the two choices, and again, positive would be above the band. So if you wanted to go, say, up to here, you would do it, just move it up, okay? Best thing to do on this is to just work with it in sim in real time. As we're in the rooms, I'll show some more of this as we do this, okay? You can also reverse at the band by setting it up or down. I'll demonstrate that when we get some live market activity in the room, but that's how that works. Now, we have one other really neat feature on this, and that is you can draw your own manual band and trade it the same way as the band here. And let me demonstrate that. All right, so let's say that we're coming down in the market, we're pulling down into an important level. Let's assume this is an important level. You can go ahead and draw a band. Use the rectangle. All right. It will recognize this. If you wanted to do, say, it's not going to right now because I'm not all the way off on the screen, okay? We need to be outside this. But basically, this is the band that it would look for. If you wanted to go long, you would execute the long. You would pick the number of ticks you want to go. It would draw a midline here, and a plus means it's going to move it up. A minus would move it down. But again, we'll do this in real time to show you. But the manual band would then allow you to enter the same way that we're entering on one that was here produced by the indicator. If you click on the tab, you'll notice over here in the tab, this actually says manual bands rule. Okay, this is checked, which means that if you've got an indicator band and you've got your own band that you've drawn, the manual band is going to take place. It's going to take precedence, okay? If you don't want to see the mid band, or if you don't want to see the Grail DT lines, you can click on that, and since we don't have any data in real time, it's not going to disappear, but it will disappear in real time. I didn't touch on this too much, but you've got the ability, if you were to click with trend, it means it's only going to take the trade setups with the trend as defined by the Grail DT, the trend. In this case, the trend is up, regardless of what you've selected, whether you want to fire on arrows, whether you want to take reversal bars, whether you want to work with the band, whatever it is. If you've got with trend, it will only fire trades with the trend, all right? This last item over here is a trail stop. Once you're in a profit position, if you want to trail the close, you can click this on. That's a trail stop, and that would be under the last swing, okay? But TS means from the close. If you were long, it's going to give 4 ticks back. Once we got 4 ticks back, it would take you out. Again, you can move this up or down if you want, okay? But those are some more of the exotic aspects of the of the mini trader. So as you can see, the mini trader is a more complex trade execution platform. Enables you to do a lot more things. At the beginning, it may seem a little bit complex, but once you work with it a little bit in sim, take some trades back and forth, get it to work, all right, you'll see you'll get comfortable with it, and you might want to use this in your trading, whether you're trading the Grail setups, or whether you're manually trading, or whether you're trading anything else. It's a good way to execute your trades. We'll demonstrate more as the time goes on in the rooms. We'll try to devote a little bit of time on the fly to doing this so that we can see it with live data. But this pretty much will give you a good basic grounding on how to use the mini trader. All right, so that's going to do it for this instructional video on how to use the mini trader. We're back to the home page here. Once again, it's high%trading.com. For some of you who may not be members, but you're interested, again, if you like to take the free trial, just click on that and request it. If you'd like to contact us, you can go ahead and request that as well. Okay. So again, thanks for watching. I hope this is informative, and hope to see most of you in the rooms coming up. Thanks for watching, and have a nice remainder of the day, everyone. Bye now.